Hello, everybody. I hope you are having an awesome Friday. I am here with my weekly dose of inspiration, hence the name Sewspire. On Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we work on a sewing project. And then on Fridays at noon Eastern Time, I pop in to share whatever little bits of inspiration I encountered throughout the week. And so today I have an awesome bag of fabric to share with you. I stopped by my favorite quilt shop yesterday and picked up some really beautiful linen blends as well as some gorgeous cotton quilt weight prints, which I'm going to share with you. And then I also wanted to show you how our Tuesday sewing project is coming along and a brand new bag design that I am refining that captured my attention and kept me up sewing late last night. I love that when you're just so immersed in a project that you don't want to stop, right? You'll forgo eating, you'll forgo sleep. You just want to keep on creating, and that really is the good stuff, as they say. So I think we will begin with our ongoing project, and I have decided that I'm going to name this bag after Catherine. So this would be the Catherine bag there. And so it's coming along really nice. I have installed one of the straps just to make sure that it's going to work out. And so this is a two-tone strap. I have 2-inch cotton webbing in a natural color on the underside, and then on the front I top that with the same fabric here, and so it makes for a really beautiful strap. And then I stitched that in place on the front of the bag and then installed 2 rivets. I'm absolutely thrilled with the rivet press. I'm still learning the nuances of it, but it's going to come in really handy. And then we have our full length zipper pocket, which we installed together. And then on the back here, that's what that looks like. I did make a post, and in case you didn't see it, on Wednesday I ripped out all of the stitches and I opted to go back in and add some detail stitching here to hold that soft and stable in place, and you might be able to see that. So if you are working as we go on this project, I highly recommend that you stitch that soft and stable in place, and that really helped a lot. It definitely was extra work to do that, but I'm happy that I did. So moving forward, when I work with the soft and stable, I'm definitely going to be stitching it in place. But the bag overall is gorgeous, and I'm really excited to share the interior construction with you on Tuesday. This next bag that I'm going to show you is what I was working on yesterday, and it's definitely going to be the inspiration for the interior of the Catherine. We are going to be using a new technique. I'm temporarily calling it a drop-in faced interior, and if this, after you see this technique on Tuesday, if this has an official name out there, please do let me know. But as far as I know, it's kind of a hybrid interior installation method, and I think it's going to work out very well for us. So keep in mind, the bag that I'm going to show you next was inspired by a really talented bag maker. Her brand name is Country Cow Designs, and she has a beautiful collection of bag tutorials. I highly recommend, if you like step-by-step, uber detailed instructions, checking out Country Cow Designs on Etsy. I have purchased 3 of her tutorials, and so this next bag, I intended to make her Lomexa bag, and then my inner designer just got the best of me and I did what I wanted with it. But the bag was definitely inspired by her pattern, and it is the prototype for what will be a future Sewspire design. I am basically have completely reworked it. It doesn't look like the Lomexa bag, but she definitely inspired the project, and I'm so grateful for her inspiration because, like I said, it kept me up creating and in that zone, and I love being in that space, right? So, ta-da-da, here it comes, and I don't have a name for this. Okay, so this is like a faux fur, and it is fabulous, and the angled zipper definitely was part of the inspiration from the Lomexa, and it has a lined full pocket there, which is great. Then on the back side, I took advantage of my rivet press, and I did a 2-way divided pocket, which is also fully lined, and then the angled sides here are inspired by the Lomexa, and I went ahead and put some rivets on the side, and then the O-rings there, and an adjustable strap, and then it has a recessed zipper closure there, and I used some more rivets to create the tabs on the zipper, which I really like. And then on the inside, I have like 8 slip pockets in there. So you'll see when you look at the Lomexa, you'll see some of the similarities where I pulled the inspiration rather, but it really is a little bit of a different look there. And so after I show you the fabric that I picked up, my next ones are going to be crafted from the linen and cork, and then linen and faux vinyl. And I placed a large order this morning with Sally Tomato, and I'll also link to a discount code that you can use if you'd like to save $10 off of your future Sally Tomato order. You can use that link. So anyway, so I ordered this morning from Sally Tomato the cork and the vinyl and the zippers and the hardware. I'm going to be transitioning to the brass hardware as opposed to the silver, at least for the fall. I think that will be a nice, refreshing change. So you guys can look forward to hopefully seeing those goodies next week. But what I did want to say about both of these bags, these were both, like this bag here was inspired by Catherine's amazing Sew Your Bag kit, but I did my own thing with it, and Catherine, I'm sure, fully expected that to happen because that's what I do. And then this bag was inspired by the Country Cow Lomexa pattern, and I'm so grateful for both of those ladies. But I wanted to just mention to you, like, for those of you that aren't familiar, when I started sewing back in 2006, I basically taught myself to sew, and that was before there was YouTube sewing tutorials, and all you had really as a reference source was magazines and what you could find at the library. So I learned to sew and design bags from trial and error. There were a few like commercial patterns that you could buy, and I didn't have any success with those. So it was just sheer persistence and the desire to learn that I just kept refining that process. And so because of the immense amount of trial and error that I went through, I made a lot of the mistakes that you might be making. And so when I sit down with someone else's pattern, I'm so grateful to learn from their experiences, right? And then I take that knowledge and I am able to work that into my future tutorials and even better into my master class, which I host 4 times a year. And that is a Sewspire Patreon exclusive benefit. And basically what we do there is what I've done here with these bags. We take all of our inspiration from our cumulative life experiences and we work around a central design, right? Like, so for this, the central design would have been the Lomexa bag, but then not only with my support, but with the support of the group, we each customize our piece. And so far, we've had 10 sessions of AMC, Andrea's Masterclass, and no 2 bags have ever been the same. So it's really neat when you reach that level of sewing and design where you're not afraid to make it yours. That's so cool. So if you would like to participate in the last session of AMC for 2021, that begins October 7th, I believe. It's the first Thursday in October. And we are going to be focusing specifically on hardware. That'll be our central focus, and then the result will be a unique bag. Each of us will have our own unique bag, and we will have kind of like a case study, if you will, explored all the possibilities of hardware and bag making during this 11th session of AMC. It's a really wonderful time, and I guarantee you're going to learn and you're going to feel the love and support of our awesome Sewspire community. So if you're interested in joining us, just click on the link in the notes for the Sewspire Patreon community. This is something that I run exclusively on the Patreon page. So I'd love to see you over there. If you have any questions, feel free to comment with those, or you can send me an email, sewinginspiration@gmail.com, and I will be happy to get you the information you need. So as they say, I say the best for last. I went to my favorite little local quilt shop yesterday. It's called the Quilters Studio in Fairfax, Virginia, on Main Street there. And I didn't even spend very long in there. They have so much, but I knew exactly where I was going. I beelined for the linen, and then I beelined for the Anna Maria Horner fabric, and then I grabbed a few fat quarters just as a special treat. So I'm going to get inside of here. You can see all the pretties, and bring those over for you. So this is a nice linen blend there. This is by Moda Fabrics. It happens to be called Linen Mochi Dot, which I love. How fun is that? And it's a gorgeous color. So can't you see that with a beautiful vinyl there? Maybe not this vinyl, but vinyl or cork, and the front of this is linen. That will be so much fun. So I got that, and I got a yard of each of these. This I think is also gorgeous, also a linen, and this is by Robert Kaufman. Super pretty. And then another bold linen there, and this is Alexa Marcel, and it's Ruby Star Society. It says on the selvage, the horizon has no end. So this is also awesome. We had to sit in traffic on the way home from this fabric shop, and so I told Isabel to hold up the fabric so I could look at it while I was stopped in traffic. And this is also by Alexa Marcel. Beautiful. And this was printed in Japan. I find the Japanese linens are so lovely. And another linen here that'll be really pretty in a bag with some brown leather. And this one is, let's find a salvage, nothing on that end. This is also a Robert Kaufman S6 by Anna Graham. It's really lovely. And so that's it for the linen cuts. And again, I got 1 yard of each of those. And then I grabbed, she has a huge selection of Anna Maria Horner, who's one of my favorite quilting fabric designers. I got some of the echinacea in 2 colorways. This print is just so awesome. I had the pleasure of meeting Anna Maria Horner in person and attending a workshop at Craft South when it was still being constructed. We actually had the workshop at an off location, and then we got to go to her house for dinner, and I met her whole family, and it just was an amazing experience because I kind of idolized her, and then I was right there in her living room with her family, and so I'll never forget that experience. It was so much fun. So I'm a lifelong fan of Anna Maria Horner. And then I got this beautiful print, which is by P&B Textiles, and it's called Paper Mache. Reminds me of grass. So pretty. And then another Anna Maria print here, and this is Love Always, it's called. It's gorgeous. And then I grabbed some pretty fat quarters. This one was really fun. I love the ones that have like the print on it, the text. Lots of fun little messages on that. Couldn't resist the hungry caterpillar. I have no idea what I might do with this, but it definitely is happy fabric. And when I was sifting through the box, I came across this one twice, so I must really love it. It's right up my alley. You can see the dust flying around from these. And then Isabel picked this one, the little strawberries, but it's equally as cute. So that concludes our weekly inspiration here. I hope that you were inspired to create. Actually, before I go, I'm looking back there. You see the beautiful flowers? I want to bring those in. One of the ladies in a sewing group that I was part of, we were learning how to sew garments in that group, sent me this amazing bouquet of flowers. Roses, they're fabulous, and she writes, "Your gracious charm and spirit has blessed us so much this last year and a half. I am so thankful for you. Love and hugs, Joanne." And so that was my definitely a source of inspiration to me to keep creating. And as I watch these flowers bloom and open up, I've been taking pictures of those, so I'll probably be sharing photos on Instagram with you as well. And now that the sun's coming out today, I'm going to photograph this new bag that I'm working on here. And what else am I going to do today? I think I may start cutting out the interior for our bag on Tuesday. So just a reminder, join me Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time to finish the Catherine, and then the following Friday at noon to see what inspired me that week. So as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. I'll see you next week, everyone. Thank you for spending this time with me.